We've just finished the service design workshop, the first of the kind, and it's been amazing. We had a room full of energetic people that have learned a lot.
My name is Elijah Faizo. I am a creative designer. I specialize in branding and strategy. I run an agency, Picasso Design Agency. We do strategy, design, and digital. One of the things that I have learned in this place today, I think I'm going to take my back-end team more serious. Not that I haven't been taking them serious, but I think I'm going to applaud them more than we have been doing before, because there's a lot of technicalities that happen at the back end for clients to get what they need to get. And the second thing, we have to have experience across the board. Like, not just on the production team or the printing team or the photography team. Like, I've realized that there has to be an equilibrium when we are providing service. So it has really been a good experience. Same thing I'm going to practice is the number one thing I said, emphasize on the back end as well.
Hi, my name is Sudesh Kaka, and I'm the team lead at Sudesh International Consult, an organizational design consultancy firm based in Kampala. One or two of my takeaways. The first one is that service is a system and it's not about touch points. I like that because then you can control it. It's not in oblivion that you're going to smile and people are just going to come in and somehow they will be happy and then you will be consistent. The mere fact that it's a system, that means that it has input, it has outputs. That means that you are going to it is easier to be consistent with a system than to operate without a system. So that is something that I took away from this. The second is that you need to be at the forefront. You need to know what the front end is and what the back end is, because the back end makes the front end possible. Most of the times we neglect the back end, and when people are sending others for service design workshops, they will send the front end, but the back end is incredibly important. You need to take this up, because without service design, you are left to chance. And what is chance going to give you? It's going to give you inconsistency. It's going to give you so many problems to solve, because you'll be putting out so many fires. So service design is incredibly important for you to have that consistency in service delivery. Know your blind spots, but above all, give people a service that is anticipated, personal, and memorable, so that they can keep on coming back and promoting you to the rest that would need your kind of service.
I'm called Evelyn from the Villa, Bukoto. We've basically trained about service design, and in this case, we've trained about learning what our clients or the guests want, because we learned one thing is that any service delivered is not service in isolation. And in this case, we've learned that there shouldn't be any break-even point in flow of service, because it's a chain of service flow. The flow of service comes from parking, for example, reception, until you exit. So we're going to put more emphasis and going to treasure or make sure we don't lose any type of service whatsoever point. So we've got to sit, give chances to everyone to participate in service flow to make sure our guests get the best and memorable experience while at the villa.
Hi, my name is Carl Lekanda. I'm an hospitality and operation consultant. Yeah, today was quite a great experience for me. My take on about today was, first of all, which was services as systems, not touch points. So yes, I think everything that pertaining to service should be taken into a manner that is coming also from a space where one understands, right? Not just structures and everything. It's a system, yes. However, it should be done in a certain way that people who are delivering the service are also understanding the processes before it becomes a routine, before it becomes something that they have to deliver on a daily basis. And I think we need to take that as a learning curve in our lives and understand that even in business, in the professional world, there should be that stage where we understand and appreciate that stage where we start creating and coming up with ideas that might not even make sense. That's rough draft that you've been writing down before it turns out to be something that will make sense to people one day. My biggest desire is that Uganda should really grow and embrace service and understand that it's really key into making this industry flourish.
I'm Hassan Balikowa with Kwikwere Safaris. We do tours and travel. What really stood out for me in this training was number one, the gamification. The gamification it shows you things that you wouldn't have seen if they had just shown you PowerPoints, for example. So for me, that was the difference. And also, it exposed, number one, the competitiveness between different service providers, and then also the importance of intentional service design. For me, that's what stood out. So what we are going to do differently from here is to intentionally design the different journey that a customer has to go through when they interact with our organization, Kwikwere Safaris.
My name is Victor Mwonge Semaganda. I'm a lead designer at Design Without Borders, and I am also one of the facilitators for the service design workshop. One of the things that I've been thinking about in regards to why businesses need service design is really about their sustainability. Every business knows what it's doing, and it has been doing it for quite some time. But then, in order for them to survive in their industry or set themselves apart, they still need to find a way of innovating or go beyond what they believe is the norm. With service design, they can then begin to very properly map their customer journeys, and not just from the customer facing side, but also from the back end and from the back end, and appreciate what goes on in order for us to celebrate what we see firsthand. Service design would enable them to very easily validate what works and what doesn't, but then also enable them to materialize all those ideas that they have in order for them to begin to test them. Service design would therefore enable them to, in a way, prototype all those unanswered questions, all those ideas that they have an inkling to on how to better themselves, on how to diversify their offering, and also in a very structured way enable them to know what to move forward with. That's why I think every business needs service design.
Please make it a point to attend the next service design workshop.